When you heal, you understand that attention isn't love, bare minimum isn't effort, healing isn't linear, jealousy isn't affection, control isn't caring, disrespect isn't normal, silence isn't peace, toxicity isn't passion, drama isn't excitement, fear isn't loyalty, gaslighting isn't acceptable, listening isn't understanding. Dependency isn't security, and respect isn't optional. Heavy on the last one, okay? Collective, your healing has made you unattainable to many people. That is the message, right? And oh, shout out to the author of this quote. I don't know who did this. Okay, y'all know I shout my people out. Okay, um, but yeah, your healing has made you literally unattainable to a lot of people. And it's because you are able to see clearly, right? You're able to see people for who they are. And you've healed the emotional wounds and trauma within you, right? So you're not sad, you're not depressed, you don't have this heavy weight of emotion on your heart. You know, you're not lonely. And so you learned how to pour into yourself, right? And so because you're self-sufficient and emotionally sufficient, you're not going like attention. Maybe in the past you thought because somebody was giving you attention, showing you a little bit of love, you thought that they actually cared about you and loved you when really that was just a tactic. You know now that some people are just charming, but that's a tactic to be charming to get something out of you. You know what I'm saying? And so before in the past you might have used to eat that attention up like, oh, you felt important and stuff, but that's because you felt empty inside and they were able to just fill you up for that little bit of time. But you're healed, you love yourself. So attention, what is attention? Okay, that's a bare minimum type of thing. You realize, okay, just because somebody gave you attention, that's not love. You know, people try to give you attention all the time, but it don't do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be good without it, right? Like another good bare minimum. That's another thing. You know, you're not accepting the bare minimum as somebody showing you effort. Like if they're giving you breadcrumbs, no. Okay, that's you just leave them where they're at now because you're the type of person you go all in. You give your all. So you're not just going to be accepting people giving you the bare minimum anymore. And you used to do that, but you're healed now, collective, so you don't, right? Even in relationships or even friendships, when people got jealous over you, you kind of like that, right? Like you like that turns you on, like, oh, they're jealous. That means they don't want nobody else around me. No, you realize that that's toxic. You realize that they're treating you like an object, and you need to run far away from them type of people. See, you thought it was cute before, but now you know there ain't nothing cute about a jealous spirit. That is coming straight from Satan himself, okay? And you stay far away from those types of people in friendships and relationships. Jealousy is, I just seen this on a video. Somebody said jealousy is one of the number one, it's the number one way people are murdered, accidental deaths. That's crazy. No. Um, because you healed, you don't tolerate disrespect. You know that that's not normal. There's nothing normal about somebody trying to be disrespectful and cause you any harm. No, you love yourself too much. So you're not going to, you know what I'm saying, allow that into your life, right? Um, you also understand that toxic people, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing passionate about being toxic. And you probably used to be in toxic relationships, you know what I'm saying, and connections. And y'all fed off of each other's energy, and it was the sex and the love and everything was so intense, and you thought the intensity of it was passion and love, and you got addicted to it. You know what I'm saying? But now, oh no, that you realize, oh no, toxic, that ain't passion. You know what passion is. You're a passionate person, but that's not toxic. You're not toxic in no way, collective. So you realize, wait a minute, we got to separate the two, okay? Drama, you don't get excited by that. There's nothing exciting about drama. There's nothing good comes from drama. It just brings more chaos. It brings more pettiness. It just brings more of everything that is not good. And you realize that, collective. Maybe you used to thrive off of drama before. You know what I'm saying? You enjoyed that aspect because there were still parts of you that still needed to be healed, you know? And so when you engaged in drama, it was kind of you taking the attention off of you and how you felt. So of course you're going to thrive in that. But no, you're somebody who's transparent and you face your issues head on. So drama, it just brings too much chaos and not clarity, okay? And you also realize gaslighting isn't acceptable, right? Like, we're not, like, no, listen, you know what you know now, collective, and you're not going to allow people to pretend. Like, if somebody mistreated you, if somebody said something that was offensive, you're not going to allow them to pretend like nothing didn't happen. You're going to stand on that and you're going to speak on it, right? And if they can't appreciate it or if they want to keep pretending, then you leave them out of your life, you know? Like, it's just not, no. So I freaking love this quote, these things, because look at this list. Like, you understand, like, now these things are different. And I know in the past, those things probably did excite you, right? And those are things that you live for, you know, but you healed. So now you don't subscribe to none of this, right? And this is why a lot of people now, they can't reach you. They can't, you know, they don't have access to you because a lot of people still live by these concepts and they think that attention is love. They think that toxicity is passionate, right? But you don't subscribe to that. That literally goes over your head. So they can't do nothing with you because you can't relate. Listen, collective, if you can't relate to this list no more, like, because you healed, let me know in the comments below. I know I'm not the only one who's been on a healing journey, okay? And listen, if this is your first time here and you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe, okay? It's definitely a vibe over here. And, you know, we just love to have a good time, all right? Thank you guys so much for continuing to support. I love you. It's Karkar. Later.